wrong, I'ma stand like a man. If the world is on my back or if I got it in my hand. Right or wrong, I'ma stand like a man. If the world is on my back or if I got it in my hand. Right or wrong, I'ma stand like a man.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your normal programming. This is your host, Michael Rogers. We got 3 shot, 1 killed, I think. 3 people been shot by ICE in the past day. Um, this guys, girls, in betweens. What are we doing? And I don't mean by the ICE agents who shot that girl or those Trinidad Aragua gang members, allegedly. Um, why are we on the internet comparing that to Charlie Kirk and that Ukrainian girl that got stabbed on the train? Say her name. I can't say her name because one, it's Ukrainian, and two, I don't remember it. I don't even remember the woman's name that got shot today 3 times in the face by the ICE officer for trying to hit him with a car, allegedly. Um, when is too much information too much information? Why is all of the information getting shared like your mom in high school? No, I'm kidding. Uh, why is it getting shared through it's like it's purposely being pushed to be shared. I'm starting to believe that a lot of this stuff isn't even real. Hear me out. I'm not going, you know, AJ on the SH, if you get it. Malik's Bones on the Brandy Cook code. Um, but I'm not saying that a girl didn't get shot in her face. I'm saying maybe a girl didn't get shot in her face. How would I tell you a story? Why I think like I do. When COVID broke out, no, it wasn't COVID. It was the other one. Was it Ebola or whatever? I have a friend who lives on the continent of Africa. Um, I messaged him, asked him, him and his family okay, everything. He was like, man, what are you talking about? I told him, sent him some news clips from our country. He lived within 50 miles of where all that stuff started. He was like, man, they said that like 1 or 2 guys were sick and they quarantined them, and they were like, I don't know. He was like, you know, that's not happening like y'all are showing it by like here to here. We're over, it's killing people and bleeding out of their eye sockets and all this. And he's like, no, man, a couple of dudes were sick and, you know, they handled it. I can't say whether his story is 100% accurate or isn't. I've never been to Africa. I just have a friend that lives there. But will they maybe set things up and amp them up for certain political and law changing reasons? When you start changing the laws, you start taking rights away. You start taking rights away. No. Um, I got friends that Man, it's time we do something. We got to do something. I don't have to do anything. Some days I wake up and I think I want to change the world in some weird way. Then some days I wake up and I think the world has changed me in some weird way. You can't make jokes anymore. You can't like somebody. You can't like someone and poke fun at them a little bit and stuff, but they still be your friend. You know, you can't ask a question about, hey, what happened to this girl that got shot in the face 3 times by an ICE agent? Like, what really happened? Do we even know what really happened there? Every single one of them people that you saw on that video, every single one of the people that are telling you about it, that are reporting about it, I'm starting to believe are paid uh, agitators, actors, programmers. The irony of this podcast name is your normal programming. This is, and it's an ironic name. It's parodical because this isn't your normal programming. If anything, I'm trying to not unprogram people. That sounds like I'm trying to do something crazy. Um, just maybe spark ideas in people's heads, not of going to do anything irrational or crazy, but just um, sparking the next president, sparking the next leader. I'd like to think that the people that watch this podcast will probably be the future leaders of our country. This isn't, like I said before, this podcast isn't for everybody, but this podcast is for the ones that will take over after these old people are gone. We're not criminals, even though we may have done some criminal stuff. I'm just telling you about what my how, people that watch my podcast and talk to me about it and respond to it. They say that it's life changing. It's um, it's the who's who and the where you want to be. Um, fair people. Listen to. I'm not right wing and I'm not left wing. I'm not centralist. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a Marxist. I'm a little bit of all of it combined. To be real, if you really want to know, um, I am a progressive conservative or a conservative progressive. I saw a meme today that said, "What would you do if this guy sat down beside you?" And it was a guy that looked like he was, in the Village People. He had like a big, gay mustache because it was a gay mustache. I think they were like short suspender, rainbows, stuff on, big boots up to here. And it was like on a subway cart. And it was like, what would you do if this guy sat down beside you? Sit there. I might just even, like, I don't even think about that situation because I wouldn't be like, I don't want to explain what I would do there. It's just, what is that like? Why is that a thing to even ask a question about? Is the thing. It's like, I saw some of the most hateful comments under it. It's like, I'd cut his throat or I'd throw him from the train or, do this and that. I just sit there, dude. Heck, I might even be like, what's up, man? Cool. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care what you do. And I'm not going to talk about it because I've said it before. I'm not even gonna get into that subject, but like on abortion, man, I don't know. You know, there's not a good answer for that. I believe what I believe in as far as like I don't think that it's morally right, you know, but then again I can't tell you what you should I can't tell you what you I mean, I what you should believe is that it's definitely wrong just to be out here having willy-nilly abortions for sure. You shouldn't be out here, you know, knocking two or three guys off a week or girls off and feeding them Plan Bs and sending them to the clinic to get abortions and like I don't think that's cool. Uh, if they could test your kids, and I think they can test your kids for certain stuff, but like if they could test your kids and be like, this kid is gonna have spina bifida, uh, just totally Stephen Hawking out, and you could predetermine whether you want to do that. I don't know. I I'd like to think I know what I would do, but I've never been put in that situation. I'm not a woman, and I do think though that if a woman goes to have an abortion, just my opinion, if she wasn't raped or she wasn't, this and that, I think that the man ought to the man ought to get to know that the woman's doing that if she's doing it behind his back. I do think that. Um, then if he don't want if the whole health thing is where I'm just like, if they knew the baby was going to kill the mom coming out and you could catch that before it's even, this big, I ain't gonna say I would blame a person for not doing it, or for doing it. I don't know. You know, I think we all have to answer for what we do. Um, is it bad? It's optically very just. The problem is, man, is that, and this is what's messed up. They're using things. I think I just figured this out. They're using problems that there's no answers to in order to spark and rage us against each other because there's no answers to it and they can just keep on, doing it and there's no end to something with no answer. There's no end, It's like pie. And I don't mean like, you know, strawberry pie or cheese, whatever, cheesecake pie, you know, shepherd's pie, blueberry pie, lemon meringue, key lime. It's none of that. It's pi like the infinitive number. Uh, infinite. Did I say infinitive? Did I say infinitive? Infinite. Yeah. But I mean, could that work? Can that work? Okay. Uh, yeah. That I think, man. I bet you, I'm the first person to ever figure that out. They're using problems that nobody can answer because it doesn't suit everybody. No problem can suit everybody, except for like there are certain things that does suit every human. Like you need air to breathe, and you can't breathe under like that suits us, and that's a fact. But what I might think is wrong, you might not think is wrong. Um, that's it, guys. And y'all want to talk about it. I told you, future leaders of this world. I just figured out the whole problem with it. Most everything, most problems can be solved universally, but there's some of those ones that just can't be unless you were to, you know, do very irrational things like abortion, gun laws, um, racism, because as long as there's many different races, you can't never satisfy everybody's like or dislike. You know, I've met people before that didn't like people just because of their color, and they'd be like, "Yeah, the old boy right there, man, or old lady there, she worked every day down there at the nickel and dime store. Um, she was always pretty nice. They always say, smug shit like, you know, she was always such and such, but she just couldn't help it. And then they look at you, and it's like, what do you mean? Well, I mean, because they're, whatever. And it's like, that's so incredibly vaguely racist. I don't know, but that's just a problem that you. I don't think you can solve that. I would like to think you that we're we're trying. I don't know. Gun laws, like I said, abortion, um, even this stuff that happened. What's that? Where did that happen? Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Minnesota, wherever Tim Walton were from. They did that, boy, right when all that fraud and stuff was coming out about them. I don't know. I'm going. I was telling a friend of mine tonight. I'm in the phase of my life where I don't know about saving the world anymore. I don't know about trying to, and let me say anymore. I meant right now. I don't know about trying to do anything like that. I don't know about um, caring, not caring like a woman's name, but like caring. I don't. I care about people in weird little ways. I care about a lot of times, man. I care more about people that I don't even know because I haven't had time to know them and get to know them. And not saying that I'm not a crappy person to some people, but like sometimes strangers are your best friends. Really, it may be not forever, maybe not even but for 30 seconds or maybe 10 minutes. I think that's very true. And I believe that angels walk among us. And I believe that sometimes you should stop and feed an angel on the side of the road that you don't know and you call homeless or vagrant or unhomed. And I'm not saying that homeless people are angels, but you never know. You never know if a person that was to wander out of an alley on you one day and be all whatever, that might be an angel. And I I often care about stuff like that more than I do like people who are close to me and I know well and always just got their own stuff, and it's like, dude, I care more about seeing a kid go without that. Maybe I don't know. That's I don't want to bring this up even, but I'm going to. That's why I was going to do that Christmas contest. Was like, obviously, I love my kids more than anything in the world, but I really wanted to like just a one person. I would be anonymous or whatever. You know, that was going to make me happy. You know, but then again, time is money, and I have stuff to do. Um, I don't play around about like deadlines and stuff like that. I care more. I care more about things that other people typically don't. I don't care about your football game. I don't care about you know, problems with your girl. I don't care about your, you know, whatever. And I don't expect. I don't really care. I don't care if you care about money. Fuck, whatever. Uh, I just think we're supposed to do good in the world for no gain or no um, looking for of acceptance. Even you know how many times I've given something to a person who don't have a home or something, and they never even thanked me or looked at me twice, and then I was just like, I feel like that was cool. I like that more in a person that I know, and I give them something, and they're like, "Thank you." You know, I I don't get off on that type of thing. I guess I don't like receiving gifts either. I don't like to receive things from people. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying though. You know, I'm in a state right now where it's like, man, I'd just rather be away from all of it. I'm sitting back and assessing, and the more I'm assessing, I'm coming up with, I don't think this world's going to last too much longer, and I don't think it's supposed to. I think saving anything is just it's going to be uh, uh, unsuccessful. It's just going to be like, you ain't supposed to fight divine intervention. I don't know, guys. I hate that that girl got killed. I hate that those two Trinidad Rogwell gangsters got shot. I hate that ICE is out here making our streets look like a damn gray state. And yeah, I did vote for Trump, and I did vote for illegals to be gone because they don't need to. You can't go to any other country and do what they do here. You'll be killed and shot. Worse, hell, some people will consider it an act of war and attack your country over that. It shouldn't be allowed here either. Oh, well, America should hold herself to a higher standard than the rest of the world. Well, then maybe we should, and we shouldn't be getting involved with the rest of the world's bullshit then either. Um, it's all just a show. That girl yesterday getting shot in her face was a show in the worst way. It was a show in the worst way, and I hate it. But you can't run people over with cars either. But you also shouldn't be stopping people like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is because there's too many people that look at it from too many different ways. I look at it from all the ways, and I'm like, yeah, none of that should have ever even. It's like Kyle Rittenhouse, man. I rooted for that boy to get off and not have to go to prison because I don't think going to prison would have taught him a lesson. It ain't that I think that he's right. I think he was justified. One, he should have never been there. Two, he shouldn't have had an AR-15 on him. Three, when that boy pulled that Glock out and he tried to smack me with a skateboard, I'd have shot him and everybody affiliated with him. So, what do you make of that? I don't know. You know, I'm not supposed to be a lot of places sometimes, but I'm there. And if I was to get in some trouble and have to shoot somebody, hey, whatever. And I'm not going. I don't have any guns even. I'm just saying, like, they showed you that at a crucial time. They showed you George Floyd at a crucial time. They duped you about JFK at a crucial time. They duped you about MLK at a crucial time. Ruby Ridge was at a crucial time. The Memphis 3 was at a crucial time. OJ was at a crucial time. 9/11. You know, stop letting them program you, man. Look into it, enjoy it, listen, whatever. Just don't be programmed by it. Don't listen to your grandmamas and them. watching my programs. Watch mine. Good night, folks.
Real recognize real, ain't that the truth? And you can tell a good man by his fruit. Seeds that is sold one day turn to roots. Some grow up to be beggars, some grow up to be suits. Now me, yeah, you can catch me in my own lane.